Ladies and gentlemen, my name is TotalBiscuit. I'm here to ask and answer one simple question. WTF is Primal Carnage. It's a dinosaur game, as you can tell by the rather attractive T-Rex we have here. Isn't he dashing? Look at him. Yes, you would. Don't lie. This is a game by Lukewarm Media, which is an interesting name for a company. I mean, that seems to scream mediocrity to me. It's like, you might as well just set up a company called Kinda Average Games. That would be the same thing. They could have probably done a little bit better with the name, considering they made this giant-ass dinosaur game. With the best options menu of all time, by the way. Just in the case of how it actually looks. I mean, the options menu itself is actually kind of reasonable, you know, it's part of the course, but I just like the fact that look at the little raptors. Yes, look at the little raptors all over the place. They look like tiny green geese. It's adorable. Alright, let's have a look at the options. Pretty good for the most part. FOV slider, yes. The mysterious, I have no idea what this means slider. Stop it! Why do you keep doing this? Tell us what the FOV is. Don't make us guess. I just turned it to maximum because it seemed like a good idea at the time. This is a very graphically intensive game, I might add. It's a good looker, but well, let's just say the game has some performance problems. It's hard to really complain when you have a really good-looking game and say, oh, well, the frame rate's not very good, because then immediately what people are going to say is, oh, it's because the frame rate is low, because the graphic looks great, blah, 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 blah. Like, well, no, it's an Unreal Engine game, which really should run fairly well on a machine with a 680 in it. And in fact, many other Unreal Engine games run far better than this one, so that's definitely a problem with it. So what is the game all about, more to the point? Is it about eating the humies? Well, sort of. It's also about playing as the humans. It's humans versus dinosaurs in a death match to the, well, death, needless to say. There are 5 classes of dinosaur, there are 5 classes of human, and you kill each other. And that is essentially it. The question is, does it have a nuance to it? Well, I guess we will find out very shortly. I'm going to be jumping on a server. I guess that one's actually full. Let's just hide full game, shall we? So, a quick refresh. Huh, that one's not full, really? I thought it only went up to 24 players. Interesting. Let's give that a try. There's a 22 there. That might be worth having. Oh, apparently it's not full of 24 players, so I guess it can support even more than that. So, here we go. Welcome to Primal Carnage, which is giving me a little bit of a spectator mode to start with. I have to wonder if it's actually going to let me play. Yes, it will. Right, should we play human or dinosaur? I think you know which one we're going to play. Well, actually, it won't let me change. So I guess we're playing human for the moment, and then we shall play dinosaur. There are 5 classes available for humans: Commando, Pathfinder, Pyro, Scientist, and Trapper. The Trapper is really kind of neat because he's got a net gun, which can, well, net dinosaurs, which is rather awesome. And for some unknown and impractical reason, he's dual-wielding a 6-shooter and a Desert Eagle, because, well, why not? You know, he'd definitely be able to shoot that, right? Well, no, he actually wouldn't. It would probably break his arms off, but hey, there you go. But hey, this game is all about silliness. I think that's perhaps the first thing to consider. Realism is not really something that this game considers to be all that important, and rightfully so, because it's human versus dinosaur. It's daft. It is completely ridiculous. Now, interestingly enough, on this map, the frame rate's actually pretty good. Like, I'm hovering around 60, which is nice. That's what I want. On certain other maps, I think it seems like, oh god! I can show you the world. La 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 la. Oh god. That was not a pleasant magic carpet ride. Anyway, this one runs fine. I think it's the airbase at night. It seems to have some really bad frame rate problems. Now, this game looks good. It is a really good-looking game. Like, it's got nice foliage. Look at the texture quality. Like, oh, that rock. That's really good texture quality. That's surprisingly good. The foliage looks excellent, and there's a lot of it as well. And that's actually a gameplay feature, essentially, because the game involves a lot of hiding. If you're playing as one of the smaller dinosaurs, you can very much hide and crouch and sneak through the undergrowth, and you'll even see foliage wave around as people move through it. So that's often one of the best ways of identifying if there's dinosaurs coming at you. This is not one of the best levels to demonstrate it. The night level's much better because it's got an awful lot of deep foliage, whereas here, not so much. Try and take that down. Failed miserably. A little bit tricky. No aim down sights with this nonsense, thank you very much. In fact, the game doesn't have aim down sights at all unless you're playing a sniper rifle class, as far as I'm aware, which is good. It's got this old school feel to it. Playing as a human is surprisingly enjoyable, mostly because the classes, they feel very different. Like, the net gun is a really nice addition to the game, I feel. You can actually stop larger classes from doing certain abilities, and smaller classes get locked down, and then you just knife them, which is actually an instant kill. And, of course, you're dual-wielding two unnecessarily large guns. Again, it was a very interesting stylistic choice to go for a 6-shooter and a Desert Eagle. In fact, they even have different amounts of ammunition. You know, most game developers wouldn't do that. They go for a kind of uniformity with it. In this case, no, they haven't, because, let's be honest, Lukewarm Media are very, very silly. I think if you're going to make a dinosaur game, then you have to embrace the fact that it's going to be completely OTT. Which this game assuredly is. Now, where the hell are the dinosaurs? I'm a little concerned, to say the least. Now, playing human's fun. I'll show you a dinosaur when I get the chance, because playing a dinosaur is also really fun as well, and they offer some very cool, unique play styles. But there are a few problems. There we go, let's get him with the net. Oh god, no! That's it! Raptors on my face! Those are not the smaller raptors, by the way. This, I can't remember what they're actually called. Looks like I can actually switch over to dinosaur now. Yes, the Novaraptor. Let's start with the Novaraptor, shall we? So they're a slightly bigger breed of raptor, for those of you complaining that raptors weren't actually that large at all. You are correct. Now, the main problem with the game, the biggest issue that it's got at the moment, is the fact that the deathmatch mode is very simplistic, and it very much rewards a horde behavior from the human players. As you can see, a bunch of human players are grouping together and kind of sticking around the same area. Now, occasionally they will have to go to ammo packs to reload. Alternatively, of course, they can just die, but before they do that, they can kill many times their number in dinosaurs. And the game doesn't offer much incentive, if any, to actually move around the map. What the game needs is an objective-based mode. Now, they know this. They're bringing one in, but it wasn't available at launch, which is the biggest factor that would make me say to you guys, maybe you want to hold off for just a little while, because, yes, you know, that they have actually promised. Oh, God, I love that. It's like playing a hunter in Left 4 Dead, only much, much more fun. Ah, that's great stuff. Anyway, they said they put it in, but again, you should never really buy a game based on promises, unless, of course, you happen to be kickstarting it. This is a game that has been released, and they're charging some money for it. They're charging $15, which seems like a fairly reasonable fee. But right now, it only has deathmatch mode. It does have a number of maps. Sorry, try again. It does have a number of maps. Words, really hard, apparently. It has a number of maps, but honestly, it is very much limited in terms of the actual game types, as in, there just aren't any. There are no game types other than deathmatch. And that would be fine, I suppose, if the game didn't reward this horde mentality. But it does. It really, really does. In fact, like, it's almost necessary for survival, honestly. You know, I hit the first shot and I was feeling really good about it. There you go. Oh, Christ! Tranquilizer darts. There we go. That should hopefully keep it off me for a little while. Oh. It does have these really awesome scare moments, though. There's a lot about this game that I really, really like. The very asymmetrical nature of the gameplay is kind of awesome. I think maybe I'd have preferred it to be a little bit more Left 4 Dead-ish, and hopefully the objective mode is something like that. It would be really awesome to see a Left 4 Dead style mode, maybe where there's like 4, 5, 6 survivors, and then it just spawns a bunch of like little dinosaurs at you, and the human players get to play one of the larger special dinosaur types. So, you know, just like the versus mode in Left 4 Dead, which was absolutely fantastically wonderful. Oh, God. I'm going for a trip by the looks of it. As it stands, it's interesting, and it's a lot of fun to play. The level design is probably one of the strongest parts of it. I really love the way that they've done that. They have created a ton of foliage, and they have designed the levels in such a way so that it is difficult to see the dinosaurs coming at you, and stealth is actually a very important aspect in this game. It also helps that the game looks absolutely gorgeous. They spent a ton of time making a really nice-looking title here, and they've succeeded in doing so. Admittedly, it also comes at a cost, in the fact that it doesn't seem to be properly optimized as of yet. Again, if it won't run at 60 frames per second on a 680, which is pretty much the best single GPU graphics card on the market at the moment, then there's a bit of a problem there. It's almost there. Like, it's much better than it was in the beta, that I can tell you for a fact. It is almost where I want it to be. We'll see how it progresses to the next few patches. But at the moment, just be warned if you're looking to go for full graphics with 1080p, and there is no 2560 by 1600, by the way, so if you happen to have a really big monitor like that, then you may wish to consider the idea that this game may not have the support that you're looking for. It's still a nice looker, though, and it still performs fairly well. I would definitely like to see some optimization, though, in that regard. I also like the fact that the game is refreshingly old school in its nature. You know, there's no aim down sights whatsoever. There's very much right mouse button is often a secondary attack, which is quite awesome. I mean, this thing has a shotgun underslung. The flamethrower for the pyro has a chainsaw underneath it, which you can activate and actually use to melee, which is wonderful. So they've really gone all out to create what I would consider... get off me! Get it! No, don't. Oh, useless teammate. What I would consider to be a really fun arcadey deathmatch game. But I have a feeling that it is going to get a little bit samey after a while. There is no progression system, and this is what happens with this game mode. You see, like, all my team is pretty much up here, because this is the safe place to be. You can dump flares down to blind dinosaurs, and then you've just got combined firepower, and it's really, really hard to actually pick people off. And then occasionally people either die and they get full ammo back, or they need to go and find some ammunition. Maybe they need to limit the ammo even more to encourage players to venture out and find the ammo packs, because right now it's like I've got about 40 shots from my shotgun, which is enough to kill a great deal of enemies. And of course I also happen to have flares, and I've got my melee attack, which is surprisingly effective. Maybe not quite balanced in that regard. Maybe they just need to nerf the ammo count, because I mean, this T-Rex coming in right here probably isn't going to be able to kill anybody. I'd be very surprised if it can. There we go, there's another one. That was the Carnosaur dead there. And what I'm seeing is, for the most part, the humans have a tendency to win the vast majority of the time as a result of this. It's just because, quite frankly, they have too easy a time of it. Playing a dinosaur is really fun, and obviously a lot of people want to do it as well, but yeah, we win most of the time. Again, we've won again there. It's fairly obvious that we completely destroyed them, but, well, as I said, it's unfortunate, I think. They have this mode where they're sort of flipping between the two sides, so you get to play dinosaurs and then you get to play humans, so they at least have dealt with the population balance issue quite nicely. You see, it's put me on dinosaur class right there. I guess we can roll with the T-Rex, because, well, it's a T-Rex and you guys want to see how it performs, so let's do that. You can't really sneak with a T-Rex all that much. You can kind of raise your head up and bite people, which is quite nice, but the texture quality on the dinosaurs is absolutely fantastic. I mean, you could barely tell this is an indie game. In fact, it looks better than most console games, so yeah, it's a good looker. They spend a lot of time on this. This is, I would say, the best dinosaur game to date. I think that everyone else that's tried it has really not done a very good job. Orion Dino Beatdown, isn't it? Where the hell is this guy? There we go. Delicious, delicious. You can get some health back from eating as well. Let's do a roar. Each dinosaur has a unique roar, which actually helps to buff the dinosaurs around them. The flying dinosaur can actually do a radar pulse. This is an increase to stamina, if I recall correctly. And every dinosaur has a couple of unique attributes as well. There's one that's very much range damage. There's one that's designed to charge. This is, of course, the big tank class. I'm going to die, aren't I? Yeah, that did not go well for me. So a reasonable amount of variety in playstyle, which is wonderful. The flying dinosaur is very difficult to handle. It requires an awful lot of learning and practice, but it can be super effective because you can grab people, drag them up in the air, and then just drop them, which is awesome. Plus, it provides a very effective support for the team. Compared to something like Dino D-Day or Orion Dino Beatdown, this is just much, much better. It clearly understands what it wants to do. The idea of humans versus dinosaurs is awesome. The asymmetrical multiplayer is done really, really well for the most part, but it needs more game modes. It needs the objective-based mode, and if they're going to continue to do deathmatch, they've got to do more to split up the giant ball, which is what we're currently suffering from at this time. There are just so many people that do nothing but ball up, because, well, why not? Why wouldn't you ball up? That's the way to do it. You just get your 20 humans in the same area, and there isn't really anything which allows you to deal with that. Like the spit attack, for instance, doesn't have this big AoE or whatever. You can charge in as a Carnotaurus and try and break it up, but even then, that usually just involves you getting shot before you even get to them in the first place. So I think what you need to do is you need to look at Left 4 Dead and see, well, what did they do in Left 4 Dead 2 to stop this whole balling up in one place thing? Well, they introduced the spitter. And that was a great way to make that happen. And also the way that the charger worked was a great way to break up the group. In fact, all of the... Oh, hello. What do we got here? Get back here. There we go. All of the new special infected in Left 4 Dead 2 were actually designed to break the group up in different ways. Oh god, I'm getting confused about these things. Primal Carnage doesn't really have a way to do that. I mean, it's okay, and it's definitely a lot of fun, but it becomes significantly less fun when everyone bunches up. I mean, these outliers right here are the guys you're going to be killing around the outside. You're not really going to be able to do much to the main group of enemies. Unless, of course, they're really, really bad. If they start to panic and run all over the place, then you can pick them off one at a time, which is pretty cool. But, yeah, most people just seem to stick around in the same area, unsurprisingly. I'd also say that the aiming is a little bit imprecise with the dinosaurs. Let's see if I can whack him with my tail. There we go. I'm going for the tail whack. Going for the tail whack. No. I'd say that you do need to learn how to do this. It's pretty difficult, all things considered, to pull this off properly, because you don't really have a crosshair or any real way of aiming with the dinosaur, and it is in third person, so it's a little tricky. But one way the game is dumb fun, seriously dumb fun, and we actually managed to win there. There we go. That was wonderful. The dinosaurs managed to pull it out of the hat this time around. It's seriously dumb fun, and I think it's got a ton of potential. When they properly optimize it, when they get a few more game modes in, they are promising free DLC and objective-based game modes. Once that comes in, I think this game will really be worth your money. It's completely over-the-top, dumb fun. And that's actually what I wanted. I was looking for a game like that, and that's exactly what ended up happening with Primal Carnage. It's beautiful, it's a really nicely made PC game, it's got a ton of potential, but right now, if you're buying into it, you have to understand just how limited the game actually is, and how... I wouldn't say how damaging the deathmatch mode is to the gameplay, but the way that deathmatches play out tend to work in exactly the same way all the time, simply as a result of the super effective nature of balling together, blobbing together as the humans, and then just sitting on a ridge shooting people, which is not that fun. It really isn't. Indeed, so hi YouTube from Krogan Elite and Darksiders and all that. Oh god, no! Oh, well, at least I got saved from that. My name is TotalBiscuit. Primal Carnage, ladies and gentlemen. Prices are on the screen for you right now. That's your comparison. Not too difficult for you to figure out whether or not it's worthwhile. It's fun right now. It's going to be way more fun once they get the objective mode in, so maybe you want to hold out for that. Unless, of course, this gameplay has got you so super excited that you really want to get involved in it right now. And honestly, I wouldn't blame you, because it's over the top, it's stupid, it's immature, it's ridiculous, it's childish, and as a result, it's great. It's hilarious. I want to see more games like this that don't take themselves seriously at all. They went over the top and it paid off for them in a big way. My name is TotalBiscuit, taking a look at Primal Carnage. I'll see you next time.